Actually, then submitting documents before the deadlines we experienced in last year, but actually due to the pandemic situation. But we give granting period for the money brokers and we completed that process. Then the other regulation is also very important. As yesterday I explained, the key officers of the money broking company cannot have equity participation of both licensed commercial banks or primary dealer. So, holding shares of SEVs or and PDs by the key officers, they violating this regulation. I hope that we explained this in yesterday. We faced the few cases last year, and we not provide the fit and proper to the that
Such
key persons.
Yes.
Yes.
We ask them to give reasons, and they have to withdraw those shares, right?
Yes, someone dissolved the shares and someone resigned from the
Position.
board of directors of the money broking company.
Yes. They
Uh,
decide the position.
yes. Then the next regulation, it's internal controls. Authorized money broking companies shall maintain proper document records of all transaction with clear document not less than 6 year period. Uh, actually, last year we experienced uh, uh, an incident. One money broker uh, confirmed the deals by an email, but after 6 months, that email automatically deleted from the system. That time actually, that money broker also don't know about that. Then when we obtain document to the for the on-site supervision, they found out that. So we instructed that yesterday Ms. Tamara explained, save that email in a different location, no, get printout of that emails. Then the 16C use tie lines to carry out activities of permissible activities to the money brokers. Then we have experienced in one incident, one money broker they used mobile phones to
Carry out
their
the
transaction.
personal
Actually,
mobile phones.
yes,
Yeah.
one transaction. Uh, we uh, we
We detected.
get, detected that, and we uh, took action against that. We the monetary board suspended that money broker for the specific transaction for 1 month period. Then the other also the voice recording. The money broker shall keep in voice recording not less than 6 year period. As we explained yesterday, one money broker it make very difficult to us. Then we manage that situation, and I not hope to explain that again. Then
They didn't maintain their voice recording
voice recording.
agreements and
Yes.
voice recordings for more than 6 months or 9 months period, right?
Yes.
So actually, that we feel very
Actually,
good.
that is not only violation of this regulation, violation of code of conduct too, because the code of conduct mentioned that voice recording system shall periodically check
Check,
by
yes.
money brokers, but they didn't do that. Then we took actions against that money broker.
Yes.
Then the next, it's also
Yes.
regarding the private mobile phones. The money brokers prohibited to use private mobile phones inside the operational flows. Uh, I previously discussed case that mobile phone, actually he used the mobile phone inside the operational flow. So with both that money broker uh, violate that both 16 uh, C and 16 F regulation. That's the we took action against that both regulations.
Actually, Resha, that I have seen when we visit the on-site supervision for money brokers, we have seen that we have observed that all private mobile phones of the dealers, they collected, then they are kept in front of the dealing room. Several times,
Yes,
I saw that. Yes,
yes, that in
we believe that you are complying with the regulation. But unfortunately, when we listening to the voice recordings, we have found the usage of private mobile phone in some instances, not all ABS, but some.
yes, actually all dealers must remember about your all voice are recording in the system. You
Yes.
must remember about that when you're dealing or you do something inside the operational flow. Uh, Then the next regulation 16G, the maintenance agreement of voice recording system. Actually, before 2018, this is very big problem for money brokers and also as well as central bank, because majority of money brokers not renewed the agreements. Actually, the service providers it had some problem, I think. However, after 2018, the Money Broking Association uh, leads about regarding this matter, and uh, they purchase, I think, the bulk voice recording service from Mobitel and Metropolitan. Now this requirement, actually all money brokers fulfill this requirement. Mm,
Through the Money Brokers Association.
actually, yes. Uh, then
I
the
think not all ABS have entered into that agreement, the same
no,
agreement.
yes. Majority of the money brokers take that facility, and someone have their own recording systems.
Okay. Anyway, our requirement is to
Fulfill.
have, yes, is to have a renewed proper voice recording agreement and the system in order for us to do our on-site supervisions, adhering to the money broking regulations. That's the regulatory objective.
Okay. Then the regulation 17. As per the regulation 17, all money brokers shall confirm all transactions to the counterparties in written within 15 minutes of the transaction, and uh, but this is actually very common issue we experienced over the period. Uh,
Almost all money brokers.
yes, actually, Mm, some problems have some due to human errors and technical errors that cannot avoid sometimes. But we instructed to the CEOs of the money broking company to mitigate these human errors and technical errors.
As much as possible.
Yes.
The confirmation in writing, or nowadays with this pandemic situation, we can accept the electronic forms.
Now,
No.
actually, they can generate
Okay.
confirmation from the SIM,
Yes.
and after that, they faxo email it to the counterparty.
Hmm. All right. Within this stipulated time period.
Yes. Then the 17B, the broker confirmation shall sent by the back office need to check the accuracy of the transaction. But as we discussed in yesterday, daily we have the problems of on that. the request for the deletion of the DS, because some maybe it is some problems of checking and take measures to upload the transaction to the SIM. However, we face this issue continuously. Then regulation 18, AMB shall upload information through SIM on each code bit provided to them transacting parties in every 15 minutes, and each transaction upload to the SIM not later than 15 minutes of such transaction. Actually, our money brokers, all money brokers comply with this A2 regulation. But last year we experienced that one deal not enter
into the SIM
correctly to the SIM
by a particular
money broker.
money
Yes.
broker.
Then we advise that money broker to comply with the regulation, and then the 18F regulation, authorized money broking company shall submit the performance report monthly, as we said in previous, and the monthly financial statement upload to the FinVet system, and auditor's financial statement submitted to the director domestic operation with the stipulated time period.
Yes, Iresha, the uploading transactions into SIM, actually, you'd like to say that almost all AMBs have maybe not more than 90% they comply with this regulation.
Comply with regulation, of course. Yes.
Some instances only we observe that.
Actually, if some error, they request to the delete the deal and re-enter the deal, but then therefore no any erroneous transaction in SIM. But however, that money broker not request to delete that deal and it enter the details are wrong. Okay, then the next regulation 19, this is regarding the FX transaction, as I mentioned in yesterday. We actually the one case reported regarding this violation of this regulation. The actions taken by the International Operations Department against that money broker. Then they restricted foreign exchange transaction for particular period for that money broker due to they mislead the market participants. Then we move to the next slide. Then this is a supervisor examination of books and other records of money brokers, as Ms. Tamra explained in previous. Every authorized money broker shall provide document and all records requested by the officers of Domestic Operations Department to International Operations Department need to provide to the examination. So if any money broking company not provide their document, they violate the regulation. But we have not any experience like that. All money brokers comply with this regulation. Then we discussed this regulation yesterday in depth, deeply. The failure to comply with the provision of this regulation and furnishing of false or incorrect information or omission of any material information. After an investigation, the monetary board can take following actions against authorized. Yes.
Depending on the non-compliances.
Non-compliance, yes.
Actually, as a regulator, we are very serious on imposing this regulate these actions, regulatory actions. So that is the responsibility of all money brokers to comply with the imposed regulations by the central bank and do act as a professional conduct always they have to maintain while ensuring the smooth functioning of the money market activities that they are engaging as a money broker, since they are facilitating very important role in the domestic foreign exchange and those government securities market. Okay, go on.
Right. Okay. Then I would hope to explain this.
It's A, B and C. Actually, we need to
Yes,
talk.
regulation 21B regarding the regulation 17 and 18 reporting requirement and
That's very
no. Actually, this is
the reporting requirement. Right?
reporting requirement. Yes.
If you fail to report each and every transactions as prescribed under the regulations, actually we are helpless. We have to act according to the regulations.
Yes.
So yes, we have to impose those penalties for money brokers. So in order to avoid or prevent such rigorous, you know, fines and regulatory actions, that is your responsibility to adhere or comply with the regulations.
And, then the 21C that 500,000 rupees fine for furnishing of false or incorrect information or the omission of any information. Actually, when direct to domestic operation or direct to international operation made request on any information, money brokers shall provide that information, that they shall provide correct and correct information. If they provide false or incorrect or omission of any information, the monetary board can take this action against that money broking company. Actually, we faced one incident with not only on this. As I previously mentioned, that one money broker take position in the in transaction. That money broker actually provides some false information to the central bank. So, accordingly, we take that both actions, the warning letter and suspendment of the transaction of that money broker. Then move to the next slide. These are the regulatory actions taken by the central bank against violations of regulation by the money brokers. We issuing warning letters to authorized money broking companies. We issuing few warning letters, then we suspension of carrying out specific transaction considering the type of violation made by the authorized money broking company. Ms. Tamara?
Yes, actually here I have nothing to add. We have already discussed, right? What are the
Yes.
practical issues and practically the actions we have imposed against various kind of violations made by money brokers. Warning letters issued.
Regarding the supervision, I have few points to add to the presentation regarding on the about the Sri Lanka Money Brokers Association.
Okay.
Actually, the Money Brokers Association that is actually they work with the central bank lot of times regarding this regulation and the money broking businesses and more things. Actually, they
Yeah, that means the money broking association is considered, we can consider it as a podium to discuss
yes,
common issues faced
of
by
course,
all
yes.
money brokers. Yes.
Then when we review the regulation in 2018 Money Broking Association assist to that with the central bank. Then when we design the SIM, they give their support to uh, designing part and after modification part. Then actually the Money Broking Association communicate malpractice and misconduct of money brokers to the central bank. Sometimes actually we take some actions against some money brokers based on the complaint made by the Money Brokers Association.
So we must thank to this
Of course,
Money
yes.
Brokers Association Sri Lanka. Yes.
Uh,
Then recently, actually, through this money broking association, the common matters are conveyed to the central bank, as Sirisha said. Recently, for example, CBSL with this pandemic situation and this travel restrictions period, the central bank issued letters to key officers, so all CEOs of money broking companies to use under this travel restriction period.
as well as last year, we provide the curfew passes
Yes,
like that, no?
the common issues, yes,
Yes.
conveyed through this money broking association. So we thank for their every effort in order to success our regulatory function. And I think we have covered almost all the aspects that we can, to the best of our knowledge, we can cover. Are there any questions on this session regarding this supervisory mechanism and our procedures and your issues on furnishing us those stuff document? If you have any question, you can convey later to us. Then we'll try our best to give answers to your questions.
I can ask one question, Ms. Tamara, on behalf of the participants.
Yes, Mr. Ratnayaka.
Now, when you said when you suspend money broker for any violation of any regulation, do you notify only that money broker, or do you notify the participating institutions as well?
Actually, Irisha, can you?
Could you please ask the question again, please?
Now, when you suspend the money broker for a violation of a regulation,
Yes.
do you inform the suspension only to that particular money broker, or
No, actually we inform to the licensed commercial banks and primary dealers and EPF also, the participating institutions,
Yes.
which transaction with that money broker.
Right. Thank you.
Actually, we put the banner on the SIM. This money brokers transaction restricted for this period.
This particular period, then all
Yes,
participants can
as well as inform by the letters.
in writing, yes.
Yes, in writing.
Thank you. Are there any other questions by the participants, please? Please raise.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sure.
Ma'am, I have a small, actually it's a clarification about this exclusive names. As you know, ma'am, each banks have limits for another bank.
Yes.
Now, example, if a bank A is lending 500 billion money to bank B,
Yes.
bank C only can take 200 million from bank A. At the moment, in a situation like that, bank A asks, what is the counterparty? Because I have a certain limit. And if he tells that we can't divulge the name,
Yes.
and if the bank A bank lends over limit to the bank C, then bank A is telling, I have told you have to check the counterparty because I have the earning limit. And end of the day, brokers are getting penalized from this matter. At a situation like this, how can we react?
Yes, actually, the check limits actually it.
Actually, you are referring to the exposure limit.
Yes.
So, we are reasonable that.
Actually, Money Broking Association
Because,
also
ma'am,
discuss that matter with us. Then actually we can identify listen the while the listen.
While listening to the
voice recordings, we can identify is
The situation.
for check-in limit. So for divert the counterparties.
Yes. So we observed that.
no, in a situation like this, like if because some certain banks have dollar limits and rupee limits as well. Because if they have lent dollars, they can't lend money. So because of in that situation, they have to check the names as well.
Actually, in that instance, after we conducting our supervision, we send our supervisory findings to the particular AMB, and they have chance to explain their answers, their explanations with that particular issue. Then most of we have observed several issues in that exposure limits and they diverge the names. Then we pointed out that issue to the particular AMB and they have provided the reasonable answer. If it is reasonable, it's fair, we are not going to take any actions against that situation. Because genuinely, they have revealed that names of the counterparties in order to check the exposure limits. We understand that.
So, ma'am, just to add to Travis, is it correct to say that the regulator looks at the intention rather than the letter of the law, or is it strictly there is room to understand if the context was necessary or not, right?
Yes, it is. Can you
actually? Can you ask the question?
No, what I'm asking is pertaining to what Trevor also asked. The regulator looks at it more from the intention of diverging the name rather than the letter of the law, right?
Yes.
Meaning, if it is a genuine reason, then there is room for the author AMBs to kind of diverge if it's a point where it's absolutely necessary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I explained that.
Okay, so that understanding is correct, right, ma'am?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you.
But you have to clearly inform us by in response to our letter we sent to the after we finish this supervisory findings, and you have to correctly mention and explain.
Yes.
We have derived this name due to this reason.
Yeah, provided it's supported with the recording findings of the recording, it should be understandable, I see. Thanks. Thank you.
Okay.
Any other question by anybody else? Looks like there are no other questions.
Yes.
So.
Okay, then Mr. Ratnayaka and all the participants, thank you very much for your patience listening to our presentations. Actually, we believe that you may have learned something about these CBSL regulatory functions and the supervisory process. So thank you very much again.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Welcome.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the Institute of Bankers and Money Brokers Association and all the participants, I take the opportunity to thank Ms. Tamara Senaratna and Idesha Madhuvanti for your valuable presentations. Thank you very much for the job well done. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Thank you, madam.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Right?
Okay.